Salve discípulos et discipula. Today we are going to go over Roman numerals. Now I'm guessing many of you already have learned your Roman numerals, maybe in elementary school, but it's been a while since we've used them. So we're going to take them out, dust them off, and have a look at them again because we're going to be learning our numbers to 100. So we really have to know what the rules are for making Roman numerals work for us. Here is the three symbols that are necessary for writing numbers all the way to 10. You will only need the letter I for 1, the letter V for 5, and the number or the letter X for 10. So let's see how we're going to manage 10 numbers using only three symbols. As you know, the letter I stands for 1. And if you put two of them next to each other, it doesn't make the number 11. It looks like our number 11, but it just means 2. And if you put three of them next to each other, that means 3. And here is where one of the rules come in. I call it the rule of 3. You can only have 3 of one symbol together before you have to start switching things up. So in order to get to number 4, we're going to have to do some subtraction. Now, we know that the next number is the letter V, or represented by the letter V. And so the next rule states that if you put a number that is of less value in front of a number that is of greater value, then you have to subtract them. So let's see if we can here's our 5. We're trying to get to 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the letter I, which stands for 1, in front of the letter V, that stands for 5. And since 1 is of lesser value and V is greater, we're going to subtract those numbers. So 1 from 5 is 4. This is how you write the number 4. And of course, V by itself is 5. To get to 6, it's really simple. It's V, because it's the greatest number, and you just put an I after it. 5 plus 1 is 6. And now we're at 7 and 8. And now we've hit that rule of 3 again. We cannot put any more letter I's next to that V. So in order to get to number 10, we're going to have to implement that second rule. We're going to use the number 10, and we're trying to get to the number 9, so we're going to subtract 1 from that. And the way that we show that is by putting the letter I, which stands for 1, in front of the larger or greater number, which is 10. So that means we have to subtract. 1 from 10 is 9. And then 10 is the X all by itself. And I bet you guys can guess that the number 11 is going to be the X and a 1. And 12 is going to be X and 2 I's, and 13, X and 3. And you could really do numbers you know the basic blocks for writing numbers actually all the way up until 50. I bet you could, just with these 3 numbers. Okay, vale. You have some games to play so that you can practice writing your Roman numerals.